It is a little bit weird that Secretary Clinton received 400 support from 400 superdelegates before anybody else got into the race. That is the establishment talking, not the American people talking. It seems a little bit dumb to me, if I might say so, to those superdelegates in the states where we won landslide victories. Listen to the people of your state.
In a dark and dank room somewhere either in the nation's capital or the back room of a self-serve gas station just outside of Little Rock, Arkansas, a group of dedicated and passionate men and women are gathering as we speak to ensure the future of this great nation. Despite those who tell them their cause is neither just nor possible, press on they do, knowing full well that no matter the odds, they can come up with the proper plan to do the unthinkable. They are the tip of the spear. They are the true believers. They are the upright and perhaps even uptight citizens who are committed to convincing the Democratic superdelegates to jump ship before they find themselves drowning in a sea of Hillary upheaval. Leave behind the charlatan and follow the faux Democrat into what they believe is certain victory. To which those who understand what's really happening at the moment would fire back, has anybody bothered to check their meds? It's where we begin with the Tuesday version of the political animal, always right, never uptight, fearing not the alleged might of postulous pundits who speak only in partisan terms. He is the former head of FEMA, now pounding away on the Rocky Mountain airwaves every weekday afternoon, drive time, 6:30 KHOW in Denver, Colorado, Michael Brown, joined by the very serious senior political contributor at Forbes and co-host every weekday evening around the nation and the globe on Steele and Ungar at Sirius XM POTUS 124, Rick Ungar. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us. That's all the time we have for tonight. Thanks so much for being here. We certainly appreciate your time. All right, I'm going to start with you here, Mr. Ungar. Super delegates, 150 or so super delegates. They're completely neutral in the presidential race. Nobody wants to come out and basically say, yes, Hillary Clinton's right. We are for Hillary Clinton. And as a matter of fact, Nancy Pelosi even now is saying, well, wait a minute, I've got this election thing coming up on June 7th here, so I don't really want to get behind Hillary Clinton. Come on, Rick, admit it. You guys are in as much trouble as the Republicans are these days. You're as confused as everybody else. You don't want Hillary.
Well, I admit that we are definitely in as much trouble as the Republicans are. It's whole story of what's happening in the Democratic Party has really been missed because the Republicans have been providing so much entertainment. And by the way, your intro, I thought it was going to be the start of a Lone Ranger episode. That said, yeah, I mean, it's not going to work. The superdelegates are going to stay with Hillary. Look, there has never been an instance where whoever went into the convention with the largest number of delegates didn't get the support of the superdelegates. Now, if Bernie finds a way to go to the convention with more elected delegates than Hillary, who knows what might happen. But I think we all can agree that's just not in the cards.
I don't know.
She is going to the convention with the most elected
I'm going to throw
delegates.
this over to Michael Brown here on this side because, yeah, Mike, we hear what Rick is saying, but let's be real honest here. A lot of Democrats don't like Hillary Clinton. Matter of fact, they hate her. They'd like to have anybody else in there. Oh, wait a minute. Anybody except Bernie Sanders at this point. So for her to just come out and say, look, she'll get the nomination, but they don't like her. End of story.
Well, I actually have a salient point, but may I take just a short moment of personal introspection and ask you, when you referred to that bathroom in a gas station in Little Rock, was that a transgender bathroom or was that a male or female bathroom?
I was neither saying nor making any political statement here, young man. And don't you dare make anything out of this that it's not okay. Stay on target, damn it, Brown. Stay on target.
I'm trying. But here's the thing about the superdelegates. I agree with Rick. The superdelegates aren't going to do anything because the choice is Hillary or Bernie. If the superdelegates had a choice of someone other than Bernie, I think the superdelegates would run like flies to, you know what, trying to get to that other person.
But who is the other person here? I mean, not only that,
Joe Biden.
Biden? Oh, come on! Are you really going to come out here and say that Joe Biden is a chance? Now, come on.
No, he doesn't have it. The only chance Joe Biden has, we actually took a look at the rules. What would happen if Hillary were indicted after the nomination and had to drop out? What would happen is the DNC, the committee, the full committee would get together. I guarantee you they would not pick Bernie. They would pick Joe Biden, and he would go on to win.
All right, now let's look at the other side of this, Mike, because now we're talking about the GOP convention. Here's an article comes out today, talks about the fact that there is no de facto leader, but the top ranks of the Republican Party, talking Donald Trump, but there is still this grassroots conservative activist group that actually believe that come the convention in July, they will be able to create complete chaos and blow Donald Trump out of the water and get somebody else in there as a third party. It's not going away, no matter how much Paul Ryan or anybody else wants to say that we're all together here. They are still there, but do you think that they are actually powerful enough to get something done?
No, and I think they're smoking some Colorado weed. I don't think. I think they're just.
Well, it's illegal to ship it out of Colorado, so somebody's basically there going against the federal law. But go right ahead.
But I do believe that. Look, it's a long time in politics until we get to the July convention. And Trump can implode between now and then. Whether he will or not is anybody's guess. If he implodes, then I think we become a free-for-all. But I think absent that implosion, or more of an implosion than what I personally think he's already doing, it's all a pipe dream.
All right, here's something else. Republicans actually trust Donald Trump more than Paul Ryan when it comes down to leading the party. This is a poll that came out, and I want to give Paul Ryan credit. He came out and said, well, I hope they want to go for Donald Trump. He's the head of the party at this point. He's playing the game brilliantly at this point.
Yes.
But do you think that this really makes any difference whatsoever when it comes down to convention time, Paul Ryan, power? Because, look, he still hasn't gotten behind the Donald, no matter what you want to say.
No, I don't think it makes any difference, because what we forget is that the Trump supporters, those Trump delegates, are diehards. I mean, they are solidly behind him. That's why I think it has to have there's got to be some sort of nuclear event between now and then that would cause anything to change. We're just going through the motions right now until we get to Cleveland.
I want to get back to Bernie Sanders for a second here, Rick, because a representative for Sanders said that he will work around the clock to make sure Donald Trump is not elected president, regardless of whether or not he gets the nomination. He'll bring his people with him. But wait a minute, when he says that he basically will work what is he going to do if he doesn't have the nomination? What will be his strength then, and what will be his attack?
Oh, he'll still have strength. Let's not write off what he's accomplished. It's been unbelievable. The attack lines are pretty easy, and basically he's going to be supporting his candidate, who we expect will be Hillary Clinton. Attacking Donald Trump, if you're Bernie Sanders, is not a difficult thing to do.
Which brings up another great point,
for
Michael,
anybody else.
Because the Clinton campaign is saying that they're going to go after Donald Trump on several fronts. And look, this thing is going to get down and dirty here. Trump has already said that he's going to basically take off the gloves. We can see a lot of sexual innuendo walking into this. We can see a lot of people's pasts walking into this. But what then, in your opinion, what would be the attack line? Because let's be honest, Donald Trump is immune. He's got Teflon on. You can't touch this guy, no matter what you find, no matter what evidence is out there.
He's immune to his supporters, clearly. As Michael said, his supporters are absolutely 150% behind him. But he can't win the presidency just on his supporters. And I think you'll find him far less immune when it comes to those critical independents, some of the demographics that he's got problems in, and the general electorate.
So then, Mike, with about 45 seconds left, in your opinion, what is the smart attack then for Donald Trump to take against Hillary Clinton? Let's take some of the innuendo and all this out of the way right now. Is it maybe just continue to pound away at her policies and let the people who hate her take care of themselves?
No, you laugh, but I think that's it, because I think if Trump goes after Hillary on any sort of personal, problems, and I'm talking personal problems like with her and Bill or anything else, and doesn't focus on Benghazi or emails or the kind of policy issues, then Trump opens himself up to absolutely be sliced and diced like Jeffrey Dahmer might do to somebody.
Absolutely right. Absolutely good. This is why we like Michael Brown. He's such a smart guy. That what he just said is absolutely right. And the New York Times, by the way, did more good for Donald Trump yesterday than they did good for Hillary Clinton.
I think
that's right.
Ridiculous article.
We're always going to agree on that, because it's like they missed the point. They tried the attack, but they missed the point. By the way, Rick, 10 seconds. With the intro, could I write for Marvel Comics?
Oh, sure you can. They don't pay very well, though.
Oh, okay. There it goes right out the window, because I'm already working on Guardians of the Galaxy 3, in case you're wondering. Rick Ungar, Michael Brown, gentlemen, thanks a lot for joining us. We'll see you again next week. And by the way, if I do write that script, there's nobody in this building that's getting a part, although they will all be sucking around for one, if you will. Rock on, true believers. See you tomorrow right here on The Hard Line.